Welcome to Global Up Now. Subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Breaking news. Manila is on high alert. Scientists warn an 8.4 megaquake could strike without warning. This is not a drill or a movie. This is the urgent reality for millions across Southeast Asia today. PHIVOLCS has issued its most dire warning yet, focused on the Manila Trench, a massive underwater fault just off the coast. The risk of a catastrophic earthquake, possibly 8.4 or higher, is very real and immediate. The South China Sea looks calm, but beneath it, tectonic forces have been building for centuries. This is a ticking time bomb, dangerously close to Metro Manila, one of the world's most densely populated cities. In seismology, silence from a major fault is the most terrifying sound. It means pressure is building, not releasing. The Manila Trench is a subduction zone where one tectonic plate is forced under another, locking and storing energy year after year. Every quiet day means the big one grows more likely. The question is not if, but when, and whether we'll be ready. A megathrust quake here would trigger a devastating tsunami racing across the South China Sea. Coastal communities in Vietnam, Taiwan, and southern China would have little time to react. This could become a regional catastrophe, creating a humanitarian crisis on an unprecedented scale. The time for discussion is over, the time for action is now. The silent threat beneath the waves demands our attention. Imagine two giants locked in a struggle, neither giving way. That's the Manila Trench, Eurasian and Philippine Sea Plates pushing against each other. For millions of years this battle has shaped the region, but the current silence is alarming. Scientists have found evidence of massive quakes and tsunamis here centuries ago, long before modern cities existed. The last major event was so long ago that immense stress has built up along the fault. Think of it as a giant rubber band stretched to its limit. Eventually, it will snap. This threat is invisible, measured in millimeters of movement each year, but over centuries, it adds up to disaster. Seismologists have identified a seismic gap, a quiet zone where the greatest danger lies. Metro Manila has exploded in population, with most development happening during this period of seismic peace. This long quiet has bred a false sense of security. The Earth's clock is different from ours. The storm has been gathering for generations. The calm sea is just the prelude to the fury it will one day unleash. We are living on borrowed time. The pressure is real, and the consequences could be catastrophic. The warning signs are there. Will we listen? To understand the risk, look beneath the surface. Earth's crust is made of moving tectonic plates. The Manila Trench is a subduction zone where the oceanic plate dives beneath the continental plate, generating the world's most powerful earthquakes. When these plates finally slip, the overriding plate springs upward, displacing a massive volume of water and creating a tsunami. The silence of the Manila Trench means the plates are locked and strain is building. The rupture zone here is enormous, hundreds of kilometers long. A magnitude 9.0 quake is possible, releasing over 30 times more energy than an 8.4. This is not just theory. The 2004 Indian Ocean and 2011 Japan disasters were both caused by similar subduction zones. In both cases, long periods of quiet preceded catastrophe. The Manila Trench shares all the terrifying traits of its deadly counterparts. It is locked, it is long, and it is dangerously close to millions. The science is clear, the threat is real and imminent. What would a magnitude 9.0 quake from the Manila Trench feel like? No warning, just a deep rumble, then violent shaking. In Metro Manila, built on soft soil, the ground would liquefy, amplifying the destruction. High-rises would sway, older buildings would collapse, and infrastructure would fail. The city would be plunged into darkness, communications lost, and fires would break out. The devastation would extend across Luzon. Cities like Subic and Vigan would be hit hard. But the earthquake is only the beginning. The seafloor's violent movement would unleash a massive tsunami, racing toward the coast. For coastal communities, the countdown to a second disaster would begin. Hospitals and emergency services would be crippled, millions would be left homeless, without water, food, or medical care. The economic heart of the Philippines would be shattered, with global repercussions. This is not just about collapsed buildings, it's about the total breakdown of society. The silent trench could trigger a catastrophe beyond imagination. The shaking starts at 2:14 p.m. In Makati, office workers are thrown from their chairs as windows shatter and skyscrapers sway. Inside condos, chaos erupts. Groaning steel, cracking concrete screams. Power fails, emergency generators are silenced, and the city is paralyzed. In Tondo and Quezon City, homes collapse instantly, alleyways fill with debris, and roads crack open. The earthquake lasts 5 agonizing minutes, leaving a landscape of ruin. Survivors emerge, dazed and bleeding, into a world transformed. Dust fills the air, making it hard to breathe or see. There's no way to call for help, no phones, no internet. People dig through rubble with bare hands, but the destruction is overwhelming. Key infrastructure is gone. Bridges are destroyed, cutting the city in half. Emergency responders are victims themselves, their stations and vehicles destroyed. In these first minutes, everyone is on their own. Disaster plans are useless. Survival is the only priority. But for millions along the coast, the danger isn't over. As they struggle to their feet, the sea is already drawing back, preparing its final blow. As the ground stills, the ocean retreats from Luzon's coast, an unnatural, deadly warning. Some wander out to see the exposed seabed, unaware of the danger. Far offshore, a wall of water races toward land at jet speed. Coastal towns have only minutes to react. No warning system, no alerts, just the receding sea. The first wave hits as a violent, debris-filled surge, obliterating everything in its path. The tsunami surges up rivers, flooding Manila Bay and submerging historic districts. The water is toxic, filled with sewage and chemicals. The wave's relentless force topples buildings and traps survivors. The devastation spreads across the South China Sea. Vietnam, Taiwan, and southern China are all in the path. Even with more warning, these regions would struggle to prepare. The Manila Trench's tsunami would turn a national disaster into a regional catastrophe. We've seen this nightmare before. Sumatra 2004, a 9.1 quake and tsunami killed over 230,000 people. The lack of a warning system was fatal. Many had no idea what the receding tide meant. Afterward, nations built warning systems, learning the hard way that preparation saves lives. In 2011, Japan, one of the world's most prepared nations, was devastated by a 9.0 quake and tsunami. Even the best engineering couldn't stop the disaster. Public education and drills proved just as vital. The Manila Trench combines the worst of both. The power of Japan's quake, the lack of preparedness seen in 2004. Cities like Manila, Taipei, and Hong Kong are modern, but vulnerable. These past disasters are not just history, they are urgent warnings for what could happen here. Will we heed the lessons or repeat the tragedy? Despite the danger, complacency reigns. For most in Manila, earthquakes are an abstract threat. Drills are routine, not life-or-death rehearsals. The gap between science and public awareness is vast. Building codes exist, but enforcement is weak, especially in informal settlements. Many structures are dangerously vulnerable. The region's tsunami warning system is inadequate. Minutes matter, and we may not have them. Education is lacking. Most people don't know the natural signs of a tsunami or have a disaster plan. In a crisis, personal knowledge and community preparedness will save lives, not just government action. International cooperation is essential, but political tensions make it difficult. The threat ignores borders, but our defenses are fragmented. This dangerous complacency is setting the stage for a preventable tragedy. PHIVOLCS' warning isn't about a date, it's about probability. The Manila Trench is primed for disaster. Every day, the risk grows. Ignoring it is a gamble we can't afford. The time for passive awareness is over. We need urgent action. Strengthen and enforce building codes. Retrofit old structures. Invest in early warning systems. Technology exists, but political will is needed. The cost of preparation is nothing compared to recovery. Most importantly, educate the public. Every citizen must know what to do when the ground shakes or the sea retreats. Community drills must be serious and regular. Families need emergency plans and go bags. Resilience is built from the ground up, not just by governments. We can't stop the plates from moving, but we can choose how we prepare. The future of millions depends on what we do now. The threat is real, the danger is at our doorstep. Preparation is not a choice, it's our only hope.